right, welcome everybody. We are here with a couple of key players at GoTo, a couple of key players who will be taking part in a session at Sitecore Symposium coming up in Orlando in November 2025. So we wanted to come together and really talk a bit about the story. I'm going to just start off by having Norm and Aditya. Norm, could you introduce yourself and what you do at GoTo, and then Aditya, you as well?
Sure. My name is Norm Levesque. I'm happy to be here and excited to be talking at Symposium. I'm the Senior Director of Go-to-Market Applications, and I run both our web operations function as well as our Salesforce function here at GoTo.
Hello all, I'm Aditya Bhatia, Director of Engineering at GoTo. I take care of all the engineering asks, specifically coming from the marketing team and utilize heavily Sitecore XM Cloud plus Vercel.
And then David San Filippo, you are, of course, here with us at Altudo.
Yeah, so I lead our digital experience team here at Altudo.
Norm, could you just tell us a little bit about the what GoTo is?
Sure. Yeah, so GoTo, we're essentially the leader in cloud communications and IT. We're dedicated to powering a world of work without limits, if you will. So, we've got our flagship products. We have Go to Connect, Log Me and Resolve, Log Me and Rescue. And that portfolio really offers a secure, reliable, AI-enabled solution that they're really simple to adopt for small and medium-sized businesses, and they're also scalable to enterprises worldwide. So we're kind of continuously looking to improve the human experience for AI-enabled workforces across hundreds of thousands of our customers at this point. And, we're here in Boston and we're bringing in approximately $1 billion in annual revenue, about 2,800 employees across North America, South America, Europe, Asia, and Australia.
So, Norm, on that point, everyone probably thinks of you as the platform, but you yourself need your own platform, right? Your own digital experience platform, your own MarTech stack. Can you talk a little bit about where that stack was as it relates to the DXP, potentially right before this transformation?
Absolutely. So we have been a Sitecore house for a long time, but we had historically, through growth through acquisitions and other means, had different versions of Sitecore on several different websites across our portfolio. So we had the very real challenge of eliminating that technical debt and bringing those disparate versions of Sitecore together. First, getting it up into 10.3, then getting it headless, and then ultimately getting it over to XMC, all while simultaneously rebranding half of our portfolio back to LogMeIn and consolidating web properties.
And Aditya, from the tech perspective, what Norm was alluding to there, what made you realize it was time to act?
Definitely with the moving market trends, everybody going towards the cloud, we wanted to utilize the potential of Sitecore, which is more faster, more scalable, and more secure version of the one which is hosted on our premises. This was one motivation factor. Plus, there were a couple of others that we saw performance were not that great on our 10.3, and we have lots of tech debt, as Norm talked about. We had couple of different web properties, and to do one optimization, we have to repeat that at multiple websites. So it was a combination of different factors which motivated us to go towards the larger and the scalable version of Sitecore.
David, what did you see from the vantage of where you were at as this transformation was taking place?
It was great working with such a recognized brand like GoTo, and just being able to be engaged with them was just an awesome experience. But what made this particular implementation interesting was really the timeline. We started talking to them, I think it was August of 2024, and they had this need to be live by January. And what we actually ended up doing was doing this in two phases. We did this first phase of modernizing and going from kind of a traditional MVC implementation to a headless Next.js implementation on Vercel, with a fast follow-on to get to XM Cloud shortly thereafter. In parallel, we also started another site to go directly to XM Cloud. So we had a bunch of complexity that we needed to deal with establish a firm foundation and also think through how do we get it ready quickly, but how do we get it to the next level so that we can really meet all the needs of GoTo in the future.
Norm, when we think about moving from more legacy technology to the composable stack, we always hear about the improvement in how fast things load and all those elements. But beyond that, you are kind of an original SaaS company, so trials and all that is a very important part of your flow. Could you see in the legacy environment that maybe there was unrealized potential that you could project towards to get much greater agility even in those kinds of things?
Yeah, we absolutely did see that. Our trial experience was a bit disparate, and because we had separate types of forms performing the same function, when we found optimizations in one area, as Aditya mentioned earlier, it takes quite a bit of time to then implement those improvements in other areas. As part of this evolution, we were able to centralize our approach to trial forms and take the best of the best that we had in market and apply that uniformly across our experience. As a result, not only did we get the new headless optimizations for page speed that you mentioned, but all of the different A/B optimizations that we had done over time, we were able to take the best practice and put it everywhere all in one fell swoop. And so you're talking about, I think it's a roughly 78% increase in trials post-launch and about a 33% increase in contact sales just coming in from the organic side of the world.
That's great. Aditya, I'll ask you this one. The one thing about composability and this whole best of breed world is that there's a lot of options on the table. GoTo stuck with Sitecore. What did you see about Sitecore's roadmap to this new world that gave you the confidence to continue your journey with Sitecore?
Pretty interesting question. I would say our biggest pain point was we have to do a lot changes at multiple points. So our key or salient point was unify to win. Coming to Sitecore, we were already a Sitecore shop from quite many years, and we wanted to go for the latest and greatest in the Sitecore world. Wanted to stick with it because it is easier for us to do the heavy lifting, and definitely Altudo helped us.
That's great. So David, you do a lot in the Sitecore world, obviously, and a lot with these other technologies. But what was it like from your vantage point working on this project specifically that really stuck out about this transition, about the consolidation, about these results that you see? Just give us kind of some thoughts on that.
It was really, to me, what most impressed me of this solution was how the whole team, both on the GoTo and the Altudo side, came together with one mission and one vision to get this thing done and get this thing rolled out in the time frame they look to get it done. So it truly was one team, and definitely something I'm proud to be part of and proud to be talking to about at Symposium this year.
Norm, what's next? What are we excited about next? Other than Symposium and telling this story, what has this platform allowed you to maybe dream up that's coming in the future here for GoTo?
We're definitely excited about Symposium and excited to help people learn from what we went through because it wasn't easy. In terms of what's next, this calendar year, we're wrapping up our complete migration over to XMC. Log Me In was step one, and we are at the finish line for step three, which is our other flagship site, goto.com. Moving into 2026, we're really excited about where we're going to be going in terms of personalization and AI agents and improving our operations and our workflows and improving our overall ability to manage content and get new content out the door. Really excited to be in this ecosystem where we can move more quickly than we have been able to historically and bring better value to our organization, drive more leads, and drive improvement for our customers, because ultimately that's what it comes down to.
And then lastly to you, Aditya, Norm brought up the thing that I failed to mention, which is everywhere, which is AI. I'm sure from the technology point of view, you're very excited about not only the generative AI functions, but especially the agentic AI and potentially things like Gradial and Stream and other solutions. Is that what you're really looking forward to, especially over the next 6 to 9 to 12 months?
That's true. We would like to utilize as much Gen AI or the agentic AI as possible to bring value worth for our company as well as for our users. Definitely, we are looking out on streams. Probably if everything goes well, we will be integrating with it maybe early 2026 onwards. But definitely it's on our roadmap and we are striving for it.
Leslie, David, how about you? What are you looking forward to other than Symposium, but with the GoTo story here?
I'm looking forward to GoTo.com launching on XM Cloud and seeing the fruition of everything we've been a part of.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for taking the time here, and we look forward to seeing you and everybody down there in Orlando at Symposium in November.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks. Excited to be there at Symposium. Thank you.